you just wow me?
Wow. No, I didn't wow you. I wowed myself.
What happened?
This thing's being stupid. OBS.
Oh.
There we go, that's better. Yeah, join this stream instead. This is much better. I was trying something different and I screwed it up, but this is a fix. Okay, what do we got left for the multi-threading? Hey, I'm doing good. Yeah, I was trying to, so YouTube Studios has the option to also do the shorts, and then I enabled that, and I was trying to, I'm like, okay, it's called dual streaming. And OBS has a feature to do it. Apparently I'm too dumb to figure out how to do it because I ended up making the shorts on both of them. The main live stream and the shorts, and it was just being dumb. So I was like, whatever. I'll just not do that. All right, so. There's a few things that we're doing today. I'm doing optimization. One of the things is multi-threading. And for the multi-threading is each terminal is going to run in its own thread if you have the capacity for multi-threading. So it won't use up all your threads, and it depends on how many threads you have. If you have a 24 core processor, it'll use about 12. If you have 12, it'll use about 6, and then it'll start. So if you run 12 terminals and you have 6 cores, it'll actually put 2 terminals per core. Is how that works. So, and that'll help speed it up for loading it, opening it. Multi-threading is actually good optimization. The other thing is we're doing a little bit of UI redesign, make it a little cleaner, easier instead of doing menu hunting. So I'm cleaning that up. The other thing is we are going to fix some bugs that's been in there for a while, and we need to get those cleaned up as well. So right now I'm doing the multi-threading, getting all that done. And I've been using Codex here to help me with that. And this is what we have left right here. So we got the actual PTI worker processor broker. This is the PTI is your terminal. Split session ownership. This is what I was talking about for the multi-threading separation. Move replay buffer, move spawn watchdog, move the PID process ownership, which the PID ownership, if you're not familiar with, if you come in here, each application has a PID number. here. And it'll so there are services. Everything that runs in the background is pretty much a service, like your terminal or you know, whatever you have running currently. And they're all associated with PIDs, and it'll tell you, like, you can actually hang on here. Let's do, yeah, here we go. So if I pick my command console here, I can actually come in here and set my, where is it at? It's been so long since I've done this. Is it under set affinity? Yeah, so I can set it on the whatever processor I want or what core I want. And in this case, you know, I have 24 cores, 0 being 1. So it'll utilize whichever one's available at that point. And so from there, we're going to do auth binding decision and telemetry server split and all these other things. So we're going to go ahead and get that done. Go ahead, and this list here, you have 9 in the list. Let's try to split this up as much as we can for, let's spawn up some deep dive agents and let each one work on part of this list, as long as they're not conflicting with each other, and you pick up the remaining. What's up, Fearless? How's it going? How's the game coming along? Hey, Stuart. Yeah, I know it's a huge achievement. 501 subs. I mean, that's freaking. That was my first milestone, was 500, and I couldn't have got here without you guys. So I really appreciate all of you. That's amazing, and I'm excited for that. Yep. You know, creating tools for your game development is something that these major game developers do, and they create extensions either for their engine or even pre-built engine, and it helps your development. So that's very cool. Like, for instance, Cube World. I don't know if you guys are familiar with Cube World. This is an amazing game with a horrible story and a bad fallout. This guy is a genius programmer. He built his own engine, and he created an entire world based on these cubes, but not like Minecraft. It's way different. Here we go. This is his right here. So, you know, you don't go and mine blocks or anything like that. It's more of like an adventure game. And everything's procedural generated, from the towns, the castles, the POIs, everything. And it had excellent animation. Even every character, every weapon, every item is pixels. Or not pixels, I'm sorry, cubes. And he actually made a tool to be able to create all his assets in his cube world here. It was just him and his wife, and they were working together on this. And he was, I don't know if he's antisocial or what was going on, or if he was having some issues. I think he's from Germany. Not 100% sure, but I think that's where he's from. But they're having some issues, and he just, you know, his development towards his goal, where his game was going, it was slow, and a lot of people complained about how slow it was. Like, you know, well, we want this new update, we want that. So he'll drop off the map, no updates, no communication, and then all of a sudden, out of the blue, like a whole year later, he'll release like this huge update. And then everyone loves it, and they'll play it, and then he disappears again. Well, people got tired of that, so instead he revamped on how the combat works and the way the game plays, and honestly, he kind of made it worse than what it was. People just stopped playing it. The progression was different. So, and now, because of the bad report he was getting, everyone just stopped. Let me see if I can find it on here. Everyone just stopped buying his game. Cube World. Yeah, so he's got mostly negative here. And a lot of it was because of the way he revamped his combat, and it's too bad. He had a beautiful game, it really was. But people are ruthless, and they just kind of steered him away from game development after that. So, yeah, it's too bad. But you know, it's where I was going with that. You know, making your own tools is very important. It'll help streamline your game development quite a bit. Hey, thank you, Johnny. Yes, I'm excited. That today is definitely a huge milestone. You know, 20 days, well, 21 days to reach 500 subs. That's freaking awesome. That is so awesome. Actually, when I first started, I think I only had like 30 subs when I went on my first live stream. And then the community just kept growing and growing, and we're getting more and more people in here. So it's definitely moving in the right direction. And it's all because of you guys. You know, I wouldn't be here if it wasn't for any of you, really. So big thanks. For you guys that are just joining, I'm actually doing some optimization right now. I'm doing some multi-threading for Plyrium Forge. This is something I've been working on behind the scenes, just trying to get as much done as I can, because it's a long, boring process to refactor a lot of the code. And it just takes a while. It really does. But I'm almost done. I have a few items left to do. So, and plus, after I hit 500 subs, I hit that today. I'm like, now I have to live stream and thank everybody for getting me there. So I really appreciate it. The other thing is, I don't know if you guys know about my newest tool here. So I built, and you can see in the systems right here, it's right here. It's called Plyrium Echo. And here it is right here. It is my speech to text tool. And what's great about this is it's local only. It doesn't connect to a server. You can run this offline. You don't have to be on the internet, and it works great. So this is what I built. You can actually come in here and see all the history, and all this is stored locally. You can clear it all. None of this gets shared to anybody. You have a dictionary here, so if there's certain keywords that you want to spell the way you want to spell it, you'll put it in here and it'll do that for you. Different settings here. You could actually change your model, like depending on your PC, what you can handle. Like right now I'm running on the large text-to-speech model, but you can actually change it to the small. And in fact, let me go ahead and change it to that. And I'll show you guys here, even with the small model, I did have a bug here where we went and changed it here. Yeah, it did. So even with the small model, it is so fast. This is testing with the small model running on just the CPU, not using the GPU. It takes a minute to load, but after that, all right, now I'm testing it after it loaded. And I'm seeing how well it capitalized punctuations. Look at that. That's the small model. It's so fast, and it works really good, and you can run that on almost any computer. And the other thing is, it's got some built-in tools to do smart formatting. It does some cleanup, AI cleanup. It does some other things in there behind the scenes to make it where it'll output exactly what you're saying. If you don't have that, sometimes because there's actually 2 LLMs in there that's actually working together. So if you're interested in it, you come into forge.plyrium.com and go to apps and go to the Plyrium Echo here. And this is the tool, and it's just a one-time fee of $20, and you own it. And I have a Mac, Linux, Windows. You just select which one you want. Oops. But you can try it for 14 days. You don't have to. You can just download it and try it, and see if it's something that you can fit in your workflow. So I think it's great. I'm excited. I love this tool. I use it all the time. Yep, speech to text, Johnny. Yeah, if you want something that sounds human, that's what my AI here does. So if you call this number here and talk to Hannah there, she's an AI receptionist for this demo plumbing company. She sounds real human, especially since you know it's an AI, you're gonna pick out what's AI about it, and you'll know it's AI. But most people, 90% of people who are actually gonna be calling like plumber companies and things like that, aren't gonna realize it's AI. Although if you ask her, she'll tell you, yeah, I'm AI. Let's see here. She don't pretend that she's human. She just talks. She acts human. So yeah, those are the things I'm working on. Bug fixes today. Optimization through multi-threading, and then I'm also doing some UI changing. So that's something that I'm excited about. When we get to a point where we're going to build a preview here in a second, I'll show you some of the UI changes I'm doing just to make it easier for anybody new coming in, because it looks intimidating when you first launch it and everyone's like, wow, what is happening? What's all that stuff? So I'm making it where it doesn't look as intimidating, but you still have the same features and the power of the tool. On top of that is the menu hunting. We're trying to figure out where certain items are. And I kind of minimize that workflow for you to make it a lot easier to swap and change through the different docks. Getting Claude work with Quinn is so hard. So are you, how you doing, Smart Ted? I joined your live stream, by the way. I wanted to watch that, and there's no place for me to chat near or anything. I wanted to say hi to you. So I'm sorry. I did watch, though. A free pro plan for Plyrium removed forever? Yes, Linux, it is. Unless you already have it, you get it forever. It's a lifetime if you already have it. It was a promotion for you guys for join the stream, help me get started. But I did remove it. I can't be giving it away forever for free. So I ran it for a couple weeks, and every time it came up, someone claimed it. It was claimed so fast. So there's a good handful out there of people who actually own it, which is good. And then the solo tier, I got rid of that as well. So there's over 100 people that downloaded just the solo tier, and you'll get the solo tier for life if you want it. And you get all the free updates. But if you, from anybody on, they would have to either purchase the studio or the team to be able to use Plyrium Forge. How many people get it? I want to say around 12 people got it. Maybe 15, between 12 and 15 people ended up getting it. Yeah, Luke, sorry. There's been a lot of people who tried to get it. Yeah, no trial even. I'm sorry. Now, I do have a trial on my app here, my Echo here. You could definitely use that for 14 days. So you can download it, and you don't need to put your credit card or anything. Okay, you just download it. And if you, it's good for 14 days. And if you still want to use it, you pay for a license, and you'll get an email of the license, and you could actually register it. So, and you'll get it for life, and you can put it on any computer you want. But the Plyrium Forge, there's no more free tier or anything like that, so I'm sorry. So your chat was disabled for some reason? Interesting, okay. So let's see where we're at here. So I actually did a lot of the multi-threading. I've been working on this for a while now. I have a separate branch that I've been building out for the multi-threading and getting it optimized this way. And there's a lot of tedious tasks that has to do. I mean, I'm pretty much refactoring a lot of the code. So, and that's something I didn't want to live stream because it's boring just sitting here waiting. So I'm down pretty much my last 9 items here, and we're on the home stretch here. And plus, you guys bring me up to 500 subs. I wanted to thank everybody. I hit that today, and I really appreciate everybody. Right now, I am For Plyrium Forge, I'm putting in multi-threading optimization, and that should be almost done. And then doing my 3 things is bug fixes, optimization, and UI change overhaul, which you'll see that here in a minute once we launch it here. Codex is almost finished, then we're going to go ahead and launch it. Yep, you're right about that, Johnny. A lot of people did that. Well, I don't know if a lot of people did that. The ones who knew how to do that did that. Yeah, it's a huge change, and it loads and runs much faster now with all the optimization, or with the optimizations I've already put into it. So there's a couple things is a lot of the tasks is cleanup task, like we have a process broker, we have split session ownership. Let's see, what else is there? The PID ownership, which I explained that. So a lot of people, if you're not familiar with the PID ownership, what that is each running service or app has a PID, which is a product ID, and it's unique to that process. And so I need the ownership going to Plyrium Forge. So these aren't rogue the terminals here. I don't want them being rogue terminals, so when you close Plyrium Forge, they stay running. So we can't have that. Like right now, I closed out, maybe I didn't close out Claude. Yeah, so Claude's still running. So Claude owns the Claude PIDs here, all these, for instance. So when you close it out, it knows what the ownership is. And then telemetry service split, we got, let's see. So the replay buffer. So yeah, these are just final cleanup items. The production bill's green, emitted new, okay. So we're getting there. Let's look at the change log here. No. I hate it when it does that. Anytime I open Visual Studios, it's like, no, I don't want that crap. So these are like all the changes that I've done, by the way. Look at this. Just lines and lines and lines. So yeah, these are nothing but these are all changes that I've recently done to it. So just because I'm not online does not mean I have stopped working on the project. Oh, really, Johnny? So while we're waiting for this, what are you guys working on? What are you guys building? I know Ted has a project, and Fearless, I know his project. So Fearless is doing some game development, and Smart Ted here is working on, I forgot what it was called. Hang on here. I don't want to sound like I don't know what I'm talking about. Air to prompt, that's it. Oh my gosh, that took me a little bit. So yeah, he's working on this tool called Air to prompt. I'm not sure exactly what it does, but that's what he's working on. You having fun with the YouTube AI? Yeah, so I have a workflow that I have up here, and I have built-in tools that'll actually go through and it'll create my YouTube videos and my shorts for me. Oh my gosh, I think I broke codecs. Let's go back there. Okay, whew, that took a while. Smart Ted, no, don't say it's a stupid idea. Tell me, well, what are you building and for what purpose? Let's start with that. And then we'll decide if it's a stupid idea or not together. You may have something that is genius, but you feel like it's a stupid idea. So let's see. What exactly is it? How does it work? A vibe coded clipper? No. So there's a tool. Okay, so yes, I vibe coded the tool for it. It does clipping for me, but I choose what to clip out. It doesn't just do it for me in a way. And I make sure I pick out the interesting parts of it, the conversational parts, and I strip out any of the any dead sound and edit it together. Well, where are we here? Let's get this done. But most of everything I do is vibe coded anymore. That's what this whole channel's about anyways. So you have this idea for a graphical prompt that you're working on since 3 days ago. When you say graphical prompt, like you post an image? Clippo competitor. I'm not familiar with Clipto or Clippo. Is that let me look that up. Hang on here. Is it Clippo? Does this say here? An IDE graphical prompt? Okay. Is this what you're talking about here? This thing? Create publish clips, create post shorts from clips, access social. Okay, yeah, I've never heard of this before. First time. But no, mine is, it's a little bit different. I'll show you here. I built mine. Projects. And then Stream Shorts Studio right here. And then these are my tests. But no, it's all trying to find. That's not it. So there's a lot here. Where's my source? It's not in here. Oh yeah, it is. Here's my source. So it's all Python. So you got the long form, shorts, YouTube published by, and it also does the caption for me automatically. So that's built into it. I'll show you. Let's see here. Nope, wrong one. Yeah, so here's an example.
Don't like about it.
Oh my gosh, that's loud. So it'll actually, it'll put my, it'll crop it for me. So it'll try putting the desktop up here, my video here, and it'll put caption down there for me. And it does really well for it. So anyways, yeah, it's just something I built. I haven't released or launched or anything. This is just for me. Just something I threw together. I have too many projects here. Where are we? Oh, my, the other thing is, let me make sure I'm not showing any customer data here. But my actual ARR, so I'm still at 684 is my actual ARR. I'll refresh it here. To show you guys. So yeah, that's where we're at. This is for the search engine optimization. This has been growing quite well. It's been trending upwards. Like, it was flat line here, and then it's starting to trim upwards, and this is starting to grow. And my click-through ratio at 20% is freaking huge. So it's going to start going up like that. And this is for my contractor business here. So I'm excited for that. I've been keeping an eye on that one. Are we done? All right, go ahead and launch the preview. Maybe I can show you guys some changes that I've done here. It's Git Clippo. Oh, okay. Yeah, I've never heard of it. I just built my own instead of downloading someone else's. You have it on the stream. I have it on the stream if you take a look at it. Oh, so the IDE graphical prompt? Okay. Hey, eSlam. I am building, it's going to launch here, but it's an agentic development environment tool. I'm building a couple tools here. So if you go to forge.plyrium.com, I'll send it here. The couple tools that I have my SaaS, of course, and these tools I've been building here while I'm vibe coding. So the first thing is the agentic development environment, which manage my AI orchestration. It's a tool for that. And the second tool is my speech to text. It's called Plyrium Echo, and that's, of course, I use that as well. Here it is right here, and I run it and I use it. So those are the two tools that I've been building. And I'll show you the agentic tool here. I've been doing some multi-threading on it. I've been working on bug fixes and then graphical overhaul, the UI overhaul. So this has been running much faster. It's a lot smoother. So we're gonna load up the team here, and each one of these is running in its own multi-thread now, which will make it much faster. And yeah, I'm always going to be building this IDE, making it a little bit easier, cleaner. So one of the things is menu hunting. I wanted to clean it up, make it a little bit easier for a lot of people. So you still have your director here. This is your main interface, is who you talk to. And then, of course, I can close these out through here. I can open and close whatever I want. I could open it multiple if I wanted to, like that. You can move these around where you want them, and then move things together like this. So, I mean, it's up to you how you want to set it up and design it. But yeah, so I'm trying to make it a little bit easier for people to come in here and instead of coming here, figuring out what there is, you can do it all through here now. And of course, I redesigned some of the interface, make it a little bit cleaner. trying to think what else I have here. Of course, my file editor and my tool here. Let's see here. Let's go to not you. So my editor. My skills, I clean these up a little bit. And we're going to be adding more skills. This is my agent activity, so I can see what my agents are doing. Of course, this is if I have any forks or work trees, branches for my Git. Each one of these is a separate work tree. And then my I have my knowledge graph, my domain graph here, and I can see things like I want to look at, you know, the smoke spec test here, and here is the smoke test spec. Or if I want to look at the codex step here, or the Claude step, which is the same, but this is your main interface here. You can actually, oops, you don't even need your terminal here. If you just want to work with just your director, you can. And it's like a swarming tool in a way. And then each one of these, this is like my researcher, this is my auditor, and these are my coders, and this is my director. So my director will send out, here, go ahead and ping your team, broadcast to them, say hello, and let them greet back to you. So they can communicate back and forth with each other here. So this is Rust, and so it's, there it is. It's actually sending out the communication. This is Rust, and Electron is the main framework. And that's the Rust is the foundation. So any of the tools, the main frame is the Rust, and the UI and interface is the Electron. So in the terminal, if I come in here and look at this, they're broadcasting back to each other, going to be saying hello, and so on and so forth. Let me change the layout here. Bring this over here. How does it compare with anti-gravity? I mean, you could do multiple agents with it. I don't know if you can do that with anti-gravity or not. It does token optimization, so this is built in. And this isn't just using skills. This is actually tools that are going and stripping out stuff it doesn't need to send to the LLM. So it gets rid of a bunch of tokens, and you save a lot of tokens. So you can run multiple agents. So it does that. I don't think anti-gravity does that. It's got a huge memory system. So if I come to my memory here, this is important, I think. Let me close some of these out here. So, whoops. So the memory is every agent on this team here, or in fact in this project here, which is this project, shares the same memory. And this is based on the Obsidian memory, and it's one of the best memory systems out there for your agents. And if you come in here, you can see all the different links that are involved, but they are just files. That's all they are. So if I come in here and look at the files, they're just files. And I can open them up and I can see what they wrote, what their memory is. Let's see what else. I mean, it does a lot of things different than anti-gravity. So it is not the same tool. Getting pretty complex now? Yeah, but it's still as simple as it was before. You just use what you're going to use. Like one thing, I added a game bridge, so this will bridge this tool to Unity or Unreal, and you can connect it, and you can run your AIs to build blueprints for you inside of Unreal Engine, for example. If I come in here, here's the Unreal Remote Control. It'll actually manage your blueprints, or if you run in Unity, you can actually set it up to where it'll interface with the Unity application. And you could actually do game development through this tool here. So it does have complexity, but it depends on what you need it for, what you're going to use it for. If you just want it for the swarming, it's like these first two items here, right? Or even just this first one. That's all you need. And then you can just look at it like this. And then this guy will streamline what the different agents. And of course, this is still basic. You got your custom team or your template team, where you can choose the type of application you're going to build, like web apps, backend team, and then choose your agent, and then hit next and create it. So Kenneth, I actually started off with Tari, and Tari is so much better than Electron. Don't get me wrong, I wanted Tari. I actually started off with Tari. If I come here, go to my projects, that is where this is. This is it has Tari built into it. And I'm like, well, I want to try Electron because that's what Visual Studio uses. And Visual Studio is a lightweight application here, and they use Electron. So I was like, I want to try it to see how I like it. And I got too far, and I could not. I'm so deep into the development of this, and with the Electron, I don't want to switch it to Tari. So I'm stuck with Electron, which I'm happy with. It's fine. It just Tari is such a. Electron is a resource hog compared to Tari. Tari is such a lightweight interface. It's so much easier and cleaner, and it'll do exactly everything Electron would do. So I agree with you. I should have stuck with it. Yeah, no, C++ is great. It's a lot easier, it's a lighter weight than Rust is. But the reason why I chose Rust with mine is because it won't compile if there's errors. And AI likes to make errors. So if there's an issue, it'll fix those issues before it'll compile it. The problem with C++ is it will compile with certain errors, and it don't care. And then you can have like RAM leakage or misconfigured memory handling, for example, and it can cause issues, vibe coding. So, but of course, if you know C++ and can watch out for that, you'll be okay. Do I have an affiliate program for it yet? No, I don't, Johnny. I don't have an affiliate program. Probably should. I think I'm caught up. So, anyways, yeah, so multi-threading, a little bit of UI redesign, and some bug fixes. So that's my goals today. That's what I'm working on. So, all right, what do we have left on the list for the multi-threading? Remember, I'm using right now I switched it over, but I'm using the light model here, and it's running on the CPU only. This is local. It doesn't connect to a server at all. This stays on your computer. This is Plyrium Echo, and I'm using a very light model. If I come in here, go to my performances, it hardly takes up the CPU at all. I mean, it's very small. So if I come in here and let me bring up Notepad, for example, and let me come in here. I'm just testing the CPU to see how much it's going to spike here. And it doesn't hardly move, and this is so fast. It's running on my CPU, not my GPU. If I come to my GPU, this is my standard 6.3. This is other things that are running this. This is not the model at all. So, in fact, if I close this out, this won't move. This will stay where it's at. But yeah, no, this is a great tool. I absolutely love it. So, and it's very lightweight. No, I actually stopped streaming on Twitch. I wasn't gaining a lot of followers on there. I think there's probably one or two since when I did start. And plus I was having some conflict issues with my streaming through OBS, and it was just causing problems. I'm like, you know what, I'm done. Well, it wasn't Twitch, it wasn't my internet, and it wasn't OBS. The problem is I use OBS, and I had to get a third-party add-on inside of OBS to be able to stream to both Twitch and YouTube at the same time. Otherwise, I had to pick one or the other. And that tool itself was causing problems. So I removed that tool and went back to just standard OBS for now. And I could only stream one or the other. And since most of my users are on YouTube, I decided not to stream on Twitch. That's what happened. So React was too web-based for me, not good for the tool I'm making. Yeah, you don't have to use any type of Chromium or web type UI if you don't want to. You could actually do it all inside of C++ if you want. Yeah, people won't share. Yeah, you're right about that, Johnny. I do definitely need an affiliate. Can't you open two OBS? I mean, I guess I could. I never thought about that. I don't know if I could or not. I just didn't want it to conflict or break. I'm running all this on a little laptop. So, okay, so we still got 9 items here. All right, let's go ahead and move forward. Let's get all these done. You have 9 items on the list. And let's go ahead and finish the multi-threading so we can get back to the graphical user interface. This is taking forever. I was hoping it was almost done because I've been working on this day and night, the multi-threading, and it's just a lot of back and forth, a lot of boring stuff for you guys. And I thought I only had like a few items left. I'm like, okay, I'll go on a live stream and show where I'm at with that. But nope, it's still not done yet. I guess it's a powerful laptop. It's a Rogue Strix is what it is. So it's a Ultra, so I got the Intel Ultra 9 in here. Yeah, it's a Rogue Strix G18 is what I'm running, made by Asus. So, and it has the the 5080, RTX 5080 in it. So, and 32 gigs of RAM, which I'm probably going to up the RAM a little bit. I mean, all the crap that I run, it chews up my RAM. I need more. I need 64 or 128. You saw some guy vibe code on the Steam Deck? That's awesome. Oh, the Steam Deck, that's just Linux. I mean, I could see that. But yeah, that's awesome. One thing I want to work on, this is my secret project, and I'll share it with you guys. So this is something I am going to be working on soon. So I don't know if you guys know this, but I have been working with building my own LLMs for a while now, and I'm actually really good at building LLMs. Transformer based, single spike networks, and let me see here. I've actually built real neuron type LLMs. So one thing that I have a project that, so yeah, this is my real neuron type brain here. But I have a project where I am going to try to build a small LLM using a unconventional way. It's going to still be a neural network, but it's not going to be transformer based, and it's not going to be a bitwise where you got your weights. Your weights is a number which can be negative or positive, and it's randomly spread across all your neural networks. Your neural network. And when you're training it, you train the data, it'll go through the network, and it'll go through each one of those neural pathways. And the weights is the connection between one node to the next, those lines that goes in between from one node to another. So it'll go through, and at the end, it'll say, hey, you know, this is what we sent you, is this correct? And if it's not, it'll go through back propagation, so it'll send the information back, and that's where it starts to adjust all those weights. They're just numbers is all they are. But if you have 10 billion numbers, that's with the model size, right? You know, you got 16 billion, 24 billion, models like Codex and Anthropic, they're close to almost 1 trillion parameters. It's freaking huge, and the processes that it takes to run all that is insane. They have to have extreme data centers. So I have a way to get the same intelligence and run it locally on my computer. One of the biggest constraints that I have is the training. And I actually have a way to do this, and this is like I said, a secret project. I'm prototyping it, and I'm very close to getting it done. So I can't wait to get that out there. I think that'll be exciting. So I do a lot of LLM creation. And the other thing that I do is, of course, if you guys aren't aware, I study physics. And I've actually published my own physics papers. I have several of them. So let me show you here. These are some examples of some papers that I've published. Let's go to, well, that's not it. This is well, no, that's not it either. Where is the actual paper at? Yeah, here. So this is by one of my papers that I have published out there. This is my disformal 2F fingerprint that I found. You got a 1F, which is a formal fingerprint that the frequency is a cosine, perfect with the disformal. And I've discovered a dark energy that correlates with time itself. And so when it comes to physics and math, I understand it pretty good. I have several published papers out there. This is one of them. So I don't know if you guys even knew that or not. And I have other ones in here too. So this is my this is my 3-window and disformal scalar. So there's another published paper that I have out there. And then I have my, that's not it. So my timing field here. There it is. This is my clock signature for the 2F. So is aliens real? I mean, I haven't seen one. I don't know if they're real or not. I'm new here. What's your background? I am actually a 365 architect. For Microsoft. Well, I don't work for Microsoft. I actually manage large companies' Microsoft infrastructure for all their cloud applications. That's what I do. But anyways, yeah. So I've actually published these papers, did the research on them. I am an independent researcher. So I love physics. So back to what I was saying with my projects here, I actually have a lot of different designs for LLMs, large language models, and I am close to redefining how LLMs work on. So you can, I'm trying to make it where you can run like an LLM that's as smart as Codex or Anthropic's models, but locally on your computer, kind of reduce it. And it has nothing to do with quantizing or anything like that. It's a whole different type of architecture. It's not a transformer base. So that's a little secret project I'm working on, just to let you guys know. I'm excited for that. But right now I am, for the ones who are just getting here, currently I am vibe coding Plyrium Forge, which is a agentic development environment tool. It's an orchestration tool where you just manage your director. You tell your director about your project, what you want, and it'll actually send that, delegate that task to the team, which is, think of the director like you're a CEO of a company, you have a director, and the director has a team of developers. And the director will delegate that task to the team to get it work. So that's the basic understanding of what my tool does. The other tool I have is my Plyrium Echo here, and this is I use this. In fact, it's running right now. This is it right here. So it's a speech to text, so I can come in and I can, and this is all built, it's all local. It doesn't run, it doesn't connect to a server. It stays on your computer. The LLM on it stays on your computer. So, and this runs on your CPU, so you can run it on a low-end computer, and it's very fast. Like right now I'm using this to talk, and you can see it. It loads to the CPU first, because if you're not using it a while, it'll unload. And then the first time you use it, it'll load. And then after that, it'll stay loaded for about 5 minutes. And it's much faster, as you can see. And I use this daily, because I don't like typing anymore. I'm done typing. I've done more typing than I can imagine. Hey, if Mark Zuckerberg wants to buy me out, I'm down for it. I wouldn't mind doing it. Am I going to become a billionaire? I don't know. I have no idea. My first goal is to see if I can reach 1 million. I think that would be great. ARR, of course. Why would I use Echo over just... so yeah, you can do that. So yeah, definitely. So if you want to use the Windows key and press H, you can do that inside of Windows. But guess what? You can't use this offline. You have to be connected to the internet, because the service that it uses is online. And anything you say, they get to use your speech, and they capture everything you say, and they'll use that for their own training. Plus, it's buggy as hell. But if you want to use that, go for it. And not everyone runs on Windows. Some people run on Linux, some people run on Mac. So to answer your question, why you would use Echo over that, this is all stored locally on your computer. You could be offline. It doesn't send me information or anybody else information. Here's the history. All this is stored locally. Everything I said, it captures everything. And if I'm able to capture everything like this and store it, I can imagine what Microsoft does with their data. Just think about that. So yeah, I mean, it's up to you, whatever you want to use. Will your ADE eventually have its own CLI? So I thought about building my own CLI, but I can't. So if I build my own LLM, then yes, I would have my own CLI. But I don't own Anthropic CLI. That's their tool. All I did was download it, just like anybody else, or Codex, which is ChatGPT. They have their own CLI. It's a tool that they built, that it gets installed on your computer. So when you open your terminal here and you run it, and if I type in Claude, I'm loading their CLI that's installed on my computer. That's what this is. This is my terminal. Inside here is the CLI that's built into it. So I can't build my own CLI to run Anthropic, because Anthropic made their CLI. And how that works is a little bit different. In fact, I actually have Anthropic's CLI when it got leaked out. Here's their CLI right here. This is actually Anthropic's real CLI, and this is how it all works. I haven't used it, I just wanted to understand it. So when you're asking how I do my token efficiency, let's just say that I have inside knowledge on how their CLIs work. So when I'm building for token efficiency on my tool, I know what I'm looking for. Most people don't have their Anthropic CLI. I actually have the source code for Anthropic CLI, and this is it right here. If I go to README, this is all Anthropic CLI here. Cloud Code source code. Now it became public. I don't even know who this is. Chan Found Chu. What is Cloud Code? But yeah, this is all Anthropic stuff here. Here's the source code, the work tree. And believe it or not, you want to know what's funny? They vibe coded their own CLI. And all this is vibe coded. Here's the web, the hooks, the MCP server, if you want to know how this works, and also the prompts. So the different prompts that are built into their CLI. So I have that. What effort on Cloud Code do you use? I use Cloud Code quite a bit. Claude is leaked on GitHub. Yeah, it is. And anybody could download it if it's still there, but I think they took it down, so I don't know if it's still there or not. But yeah, Claude CLI I understand how it works, and that's how I'm able to do my token optimization, is I know what I can and can't grab out to optimize. Let's see. Whatever floats your boat. Okay. Waiting for ChatGPT to leak their source code. Yeah, right now I cannot get 99% savings on ChatGPT, their codex. But however, I can get around 45 to 65% on their token efficiency. But you know what? Even codex is still a lot cheaper. Their token exchange, your input and your output, is much cheaper than what Anthropic is. And I'm so disappointed in Anthropic right now. I'm so pissed off at them. So, they just released their 4.8 model. And their 4.8 model is no different than their 4.7. In fact, they're one-to-one exactly the same, identical. It's crazy. And what's going on is, if you look at the numbers, a lot of people are leaving Anthropic and going to Codex. So they're losing subscription. So they have to try to release their next model in a hurry. But they didn't really create a new model. It's still the same model, same training data, date. It's just wild. They might have changed some of the CLI tools for it, but that's it. It's still the same freaking model. And they're desperate. It's so sad. When they launched their Mythos, they're like, oh, it's too smart for anybody, so we can't release it to anybody. Screw Anthropic. I'm so tired of them. I really am. They're a weird, dirty company. Their CEO, yeah, I don't like them. I use it, I pay it, I have it, but I've been using more and more Codex lately, and I've been happy with it. That comment was to the voice oh, okay, all right. People just give Microsoft all their, yeah, and they do. And honestly, anytime I do anything in Windows, I'm pretty much, and I try blocking all as much as I can. I don't want to send Microsoft anything. In fact, I'm not even logged in with a Microsoft account. I'm logged in, and I'm logged in with a local admin account on my laptop here. And it's funny because I am a Microsoft 365 architect, right? I work with Microsoft. So because of Microsoft, I have a job. So I cannot complain too much. However, I understand Microsoft and I know what they do. So I don't want them to have any of my information, my data. What's my feedback on Opus 4.8? Yeah, I think I just gave my feedback, but if you missed it, it's no different than 4.7. In fact, 4.6 is still better than 4.7. And 4.8 is just a clone of 4.7 with a little bit of tool difference, that's it. It's junk. They just released it. They released it after 6 weeks instead of waiting their normal 10 to 12 weeks. And they released it in a hurry because Anthropic's losing a lot of subscriptions to Codex. Both are dirty. Oh, I agree. They both are dirty. Oh, 100% they both are dirty. Anthropic just sucks at being dirty. They really do. And Fax 3605, you're wrong about they're too big to get their source code, because I have their source code right here. Here's their Claude code, their CLI. They were dumb enough to leak it, so I got it. So again, Anthropic just does things. They're dumb. Let's see. By the way, I found a big bug in Codex today. I found that as long as you don't have a limit, you can reset by changing the installation ID. Oh, really? So you reset the limit? So this limit right here, the 5-hour or the weekly limit. It's a marketing play. I have yet to cancel Anthropic, but I don't add Codex to my rotation. Well, but you did add Codex to your rotation. Yeah, and I still use both too. I really do. But yeah, they're just, I've been happy with Codex. They have it does things better than what Anthropic does, and Anthropic does things better than what Codex does. So, you know, I use them both. But I will be right back, guys. I need to step out just for a minute. So give me a second while this runs. I'm back. You guys want to see something neat? Watch this. Come here. Come here, buddy. Come here. Come here. Come here, girl. My baby ended up getting a haircut yesterday. She's a little self-conscious. Look out, girl. Here. This is her right here. A little Shih Tzu. Her name's Panyu. She's a little sweetheart. She really is. She's so soft. She's so good. You're a good girl, huh? All right. I'll let you down. She's looking pretty bad. She needed a haircut. Yeah, you'll have to share that with me, Smart Ted. Send me the information in Discord. I'm interested. Woohoo! And for anybody just joining, I'm doing multi-threading for my ADE here to make it run much faster, load much faster, and it's much cleaner. Yeah, and you can use OpenCode in my ADE here too, as well. Why can't I drop this down? But I have OpenCode here, but why can't I drop that down? That is, I hate creating new bugs when I'm fixing bugs. It shouldn't be doing that. I cannot drop down the, where it says OpenAI Codex, the drop down bar there, it won't let me drop it down. This is in my terminals. I can do it in the director, but I can't do it in terminals. So I don't need you causing more bugs. I just need you to fix the current bugs. Can you share the Discord link? Yeah, I can do that. Let me share that for you here. There you go. In the Discord, yeah, if you could either DM me or just put it in the lounge, the Forge lounge. You can put it in there. Hey Johnny, you asked if he's making a Vidic clone? What's Vidic? Man, you just know all these different tools. I love it when you join my stream. I really do. Does this say here? YouTube AI tools and analytics, grow your YouTube channel. Okay. That's pretty cool. Never even heard of that either. All right, so look how small those texts are. You know what's cool though? We could change that. Let's change the text size. Let's go to 14. It was just too small. Yeah, I can read that. So I have to have my reading glasses because I'm old and I'm blind. I can see fine far away, but when anything up close, I have to have my reading glasses. There we go. My reading glasses. But I use that if I'm like on my phone or reading a book. You know, at my age, we used to have these things called CRT monitors, which weren't good for your eyes. And they're these huge blocks of brick, and they weighed like 1,000 pounds. They sat on your desk, and they were very small. Like, you know, I had a large one at 17 inches when I was first into computers. So I'm really dating myself there. But let's reset this. Give me a full analysis of all the cards that are out there in the ops board and tell me what we're doing. And I want this to kick in here. Yep. There we go. Oh, I don't think it needs it right now. Even Claude's replacing Blender. I have not used AI to do any 3D rendering yet, but I do know that Blender incorporated AI into their tool, didn't they? Like I can use, let's see here, Blender with AI. I think you can actually use, it's meshing, that's not what I'm looking for. I think Blender included AI built into their tool. Features. I could have sworn they did. Thought I read that somewhere. Like I know people make plugins for it, but I think they actually built it in. Could be wrong, but I thought I read that somewhere. Yeah, even 3D modeling software is using AI art generators. Stability AI has introduced Stability for Blender tool that, as the name implies, brings stable diffusion images creation tech to the open source 3D tool. Yeah, so they're actually, and they're using OpenAI's Dolly here. Which is pretty cool. So vibe coding is actually going to be the future. You still have a lot of haters out there. You still got a lot of people calling it slop or AI slop. I still get negative comments on my YouTube channel from people come in, and I swear they don't understand what's going on. They just like to, it's a meme. And let me actually give you a little history on the term AI slop and where that came from. So let me close this out here so it can do its thing. So when AI first came out, what made it popular was, what was the name of that tool they did? Midjourney. Remember when Midjourney first came out, where people can go in and start prompting this AI tool to create different art? In fact, I built a whole Discord server around it here. It's called Midjourney and Game Art. This is, and people are using it for creating different art with it. Let me show you some pixel art here that people's created. What is this? There we go. So, and these people, they'll leave like their prompts that they left. So Midjourney was very popular when they first came out. I forgot what year it was when they first came out. It had to been 5 years ago. But, and see, here's some game art that was actually created using Midjourney. And that's what this whole Discord channel that I have here, Midjourney Game Art, I own this channel, and this is actually what it's all about, just game art, for people to come in and share their prompts and their images and everything else. It's really neat. So if you're doing any game development and need some actual art, this is a great place to get some at, or learn how to do it yourself. So like some backdrops, background. People's created some cool things here. But then after a while, people started using AI to make videos. And when AI started introducing, we can make videos, and you could really tell an AI video apart from an actual regular video that people's made. So that's where the term AI slop came from. And whenever you go on YouTube and you see something you know is generated by AI, it's sloppy. It looks like crap. They have like 6 fingers or webbed hands, or they merge, or they got an extra arm sticking out like this. And that's what AI slop, the term AI slop came from. And then you got the vibe coders who come in and do actual programming. For a while, they were silent. They stayed behind the scenes. No one really bothered them, and they were developing applications. There's some people who actually are making millions now today based on vibe coding when it first started, and they're continuing that journey. Although we've been in the AI for the last 5+ years, it's still in the early stages of AI even today. But a lot of people, they hear the word AI now and they associate that with slop, and they think, oh, because I'm vibe coding with AI, it's got to be slop. So they like to use that as a trend term, which is so stupid. So anytime you're vibe coding, it's not AI slop. AI slop has its place, but people don't understand it, and they just use that term too freely. So just wanted to share that with you. That's a scam post? Well, I missed something here. Why learn new words when they can say slop for everything? That's true, Johnny. They're followers. They're not leaders. They'll never be able to design or create anything on their own. They don't understand. Those type of people are not the type of people I want in my community. I have very smart, intelligent people in my community. You guys are some of the brilliant, smartest people out there. And you guys are what's moving this trend forward and going to make this even better. So this is the community that, you know, you guys are my peers pretty much. So, and I really appreciate all you guys. So, but those people who don't know how to think outside the box, I don't want them in my community. They're brain dead. They're negative people. You still have a CRT TV? That's awesome. Remember those old big box TVs that they had? Or and then they had the projection TVs where it had a built-in projector behind it, and it projected on the screen. Man. Oh, that random game art. Okay, it was. Yeah, I didn't know where that came from. I'm like, where did that even come from? That was weird. Let's see if I can find it again. I know what you're talking about. It's gone now. Looks like. No, no, it's not that. Oh, that one right there. There it is. So this right here. This is a scam post. He shouldn't have permission to even post to everyone. There, gone. All right. Yeah, it's weird. They do. It's like a you can hear the power, the electric powering up. It's like, it's weird. You're right. Well, Fearless, you're going to have to share it. I'd love to see your progress. It's awesome. This is just good AI slop. That's so true. All right, what are we doing here? Where are we at? Why are we still? All right, thanks for fixing that. So where are we at with the multi-threading now? How many items do we have left? I really want to get that done and move past it so we can start working on the extra bug fixes and the UI redesign. Yeah, so I have actually uninstalled Whisper. I don't know if you guys remember, I used to use Whisper. And behind the scenes, I was developing this to get this to the point where it's just as good, if not better, than Whisper. And I finally was able to get to that point, and I released it to you guys. And this is what I'm using now. It's all local. It's private. This doesn't get shared anywhere. You can run this offline. of course, you know, if you don't want to pay for it, I don't blame you. You can hit Windows key and then H, and this will come up here. This does the same thing, but the only thing is this is not local, and anything you say to it, all the transcripts get sent to Microsoft, and they use it for whatever they use your information for. Yeah, you're never going to type input command again. What do you mean by that, Fax? I think I'm missing some context here. Oh, that's looking good. It's looking real good, Fearless. So you got your inspector, your viewport, and your properties. I'm assuming that's where it says train sets, that's going to be your properties. So are you actually building your own game engine from scratch? Is that what you're working on? Hey, Rin. Right now I'm waiting. So I'm building my my ADE. I'll show that to you in just a second. Go ahead and finish the last of the to-do, and let's wipe those out or get those finished, and then we can move on. I'm building my agentic tool. Right now I'm doing some optimization, multi-threading, and this is my ADE here. It's my agentic development environment. In fact, here, I'll send this to you guys. I haven't even sent this here. So there you go. It's a tool that you can use AI. You have a director. This is your main AI. You talk to your director, and it has a roster of team members under them. So like coders, auditors, whatever you want. You could choose whatever skill that you want for your team members. And you tell your director your goal, your project, your vision, whatever you want, and it'll actually delegate that to the team to start working on it and building it. So that's the tool that I'm building right now. This is it right here. The other tool that I have, of course, is my Echo, my Plyrium Echo, and this is my text to, or speech to text. This is what I'm running right here. This is all local. It's on your computer. It doesn't get sent to any server or anything like that. That's what makes this different than most of them out there. And this runs on Windows, Mac, or Linux. I have a download for each one. And if you want to use it today, you could actually just download it. It's got a 14-day trial. You can download it and start using it today and see if you can use it in your workflow. So that's what I'm building. And right now I'm putting in multi-threading in my ADE. So my Codex subscription cost is I'm only doing the $100 subscription. I didn't do the $200 one. And using the desktop here, it's chewing up my my weekly amount here. But using my ADE, I have built-in optimization where token efficiency savings. So I use a lot less inside of my own tool. So yeah, I'm only using the $100 one. I could upgrade it more if I want to, but I don't. I've never ran out of space. I could use as much as I vibe code and develop. I don't hardly ever use my usage here. And I also have Claude, my Claude desktop here. So my Claude, I'm paying $200 for it. And I use this just as much, if not more. So, and I switch back and forth, depending on what I'm doing. So it's not text to speech, it's speech to text. So the model I'm using is Whisper. I was using Parakeet, but Parakeet is English only. It is a lighter model, and I'd be okay with it, but I wanted to release this to everybody, to the world. And not everyone speaks English, so whatever language you speak in, it should work. So it's multilingual. That's the other thing. So I'm using Whisper, which is not the same, believe it or not, it is not the same as, So you have Whisper Flow, which is WISPR-FLOW. So you have Whisper Flow, and they are also a speech-to-text tool. Theirs is on a server, and they have their own LLM for theirs. What I am using is Whisper LLM. Actually, I'll just do speech to text. This model here is different than Whisper Flow, I believe. Not you. Hang on here. Is it this one? Maybe it is the same. Yeah, no, it can't be this one. It's not the same one. I know it's not. Where did I get the LLM? Yeah, okay. It's open. It's through OpenAI, I think. And this is the architecture. So yeah, I think this is the one I'm using. You do like Whisper Flow formatting based on the apps you're in. Yeah, so that's the other thing I built into mine. So the formatting here, my tool here, you have the LLM, but there's actually tools that's happening before and after it goes through the LLM to make sure that it does the right punctuations, formatting, everything else like that. And plus, it's the model that I'm using is I have 3 models you could choose from, and right now I'm using a small model to show that it's just as good as the GPU version, which is a large model. And this will run on your CPU. It's the fastest, it runs on your CPU, and it's all local. And it works just as good. In fact, that's what I'm using right here. I'm gonna show you. It takes a little bit to load the CPU, and then after that, after it loads, it's very fast. As soon as I let go, it'll show up here. So, and you can see the formatting. So if I have questions like, is the sky really blue? And you see it's a question, right? There's a question mark. It'll do the formatting, it's the punctuations. And if I sit here and go, I'm not sure if I want to, it'll actually cut all those ums out for you. And if I say Plyrium, it knows how to spell it. See? Plyrium. And I do say a lot. But if you come here and go to your dictionary, you can actually put whatever word you want in there and how you want it spelled, and it'll actually make those corrections for you too. So I just want to show you that. That's my speech to text, and it's all local. And I love the formatting on it. Put GitHub after? What do you mean put GitHub after? What am I missing here? Let me catch up here. I have formal for Slack, casual for Discord, for example. I'm addicted to Whisper Flow. They do a nice clean UPS of transcribed text, also good formatting. Put GitHub after. Wow, this is perfect. Have you taken a look at PewDiePie's, was it Odysseus? I can't say that. No, I have not. And I love PewDiePie and where he's going with his channel and what he's been doing. He's become a tech nerd. That dude is a genius. He's got a brain like I've never seen before. He is so smart. So, Renee, how do you say your name? Renee Kuhn? What feature parity does the feature parity with Whisper? Okay, I know what you mean now. Yeah, yeah. I liked Whisper. I just didn't want to pay for it, and I wanted it local. I didn't want them to have my information. So everything's local here, even your history. It'll save, like, here's all the chats I did, all my dictations. Here, a whole bunch of them. And I can clear them all like this. Boom, it's done. And anything new, it'll just show up. See, testing 1 2. It'll just show up. So anything new, it'll just show up here. And I don't have it yet, but if you click this, it should copy it, and it's not doing it yet. So it's got some changes I'm going to have to make to it. And there, I have 5 total dictations, or 2 dictations, 5 total dictated words. And it's very fast. Now, am I saying it like, is it Renee? R-E-N-E, like Renee? Rennie? How do you pronounce it? How long did I work on which one? My speech to text? I've been working on this behind the scenes for about a couple weeks now to get it to where I want it. The design, the layout, the flow, and the optimization. I mean, it's very fast. It is super fast. So, and you know, and how clean it is. So, I mean, anybody can make their own speech to text, but there's some tricks in there that you have to do to make sure it'll say exactly what you want to say. And it can cut out certain things, like if I'm sitting here going, I'm thinking about it, or not sure what I want to say, or even if I have questions, it knows the exact punctuations that I need. And I'll show that to you here. So you see how it put these in quotes here? And because I was making quoted statements there. So it's a very smart speech to text that I built. It's not a dumb one. It is just as good as Whisper. The only difference is mine's local. If you download it, it'll stay on your computer. It's got all the tools built in inside of it. My agent work, I mean, it'll never be done. I'll be honest with you, it'll never be done. Because I'm always going to be improving it, optimizing it, making some changes. So, but right now, is it runnable? Yeah, you could use it today. It works really good. So my ADE here. In fact, one of the new things that I added to it was a game port that you can connect the ADE with your game engine, which is right now I have Unreal or Unity. And inside the game engine, it'll actually, like for Unreal, if you tell it, I need you to create a menu for me and I want it to be in the style of blueprints. Instead of writing code, it'll actually create the blueprints for you and it'll link them all up and it'll connect it for you. It does quite a bit. And it's feature rich right now. And Olith, what do you mean by put GitHub after? I didn't understand what you meant by that. And for the ones who, I'm sure everyone knows who PewDiePie is, but PewDiePie has been doing some cool things lately. I love watching his channel, his stuff. See what his newest video is here. My $1 trillion project is finally out. He's so funny. Ending the vlogs, never been so disappointed. He's been doing a lot of tech stuff lately. Like right here, try my own AI. It'd be ChatGPT. And he's not talking about the big Codex ChatGPT. He's talking about, I think, the ChatGPT Mini, or the 4.0, yeah. So, yeah, he's really getting into some tech stuff. I need to watch his newest video. I love watching his videos. They're great. Most of the time, if you watch my video, I mostly work in my own tool. The reason why I'm working in Codex right now is because it's rewriting a lot of it's refactoring a lot of the code, and it's constantly rebuilding it for testing. And if I'm inside of it, it'll lock it up and it can't rebuild it. So even if I do a preview, because there's so many components to it, and when it's building the binaries for it, and if I'm running the tool, it keeps it locked up. So I kind of screwed myself on that, and I need to be able to change it where I can separate my tool from the actual source, and that way I'm not locking it up. And I haven't done that yet, but you know, eventually I will. I just haven't done it yet. And I'm okay, you know, codecs, I try it out. I test them out, even with Claude. But most of my development is inside the actual tool itself. Oh, it's 1 a.m. there? Okay. When you were looking for Whisper, you were looking for the open source version of, yeah. You're saying it's on GitHub. Yeah, I see what you mean now. Is this it? No, that's not it. That's not it. OpenAI Whisper, robust speech. And they have more than one model too. Yeah, this is it. Yep. This is the one. But this is pre-built into, yeah, so here's the different models. So right now I have small, medium, and large, I think. Yeah, small, medium, and a large. And this is how many parameters it has. So 244 parameters, which runs around 2 gigs of VRAM, which I'm running this in the CPU and not the GPU. And the large, where it says 10 gigabytes of VRAM, which I have the quantized version, so it's even smaller. Like if I run a large GPU, it actually only runs like, I think only 2.5 gigabytes of VRAM is what it'll run. So, which is pretty good. Oh, here's all the languages it does. I never even looked at this. So the large version 3, and I am using the V3, by the way. Yeah, it does a lot of different languages. I wonder what these numbers are though. 4.3, 4.7. Yeah, I'm not sure what these numbers represent. But that's why I chose Whisper, is for the multi-language. So anybody who speaks in different languages can use my tool. I have the NVIDIA 5080. Let me show you here. So if I go to performance, GPU, it's the GeForce RTX 5080 is what I'm running. Was it hard to get 500 subs? No, I mean, I've been streaming for 21 days now and live streaming, and I just reached 500 subs today. So as long as you're consistent, you're interactive, and people are interested in what you're doing, you know, it depends on your content. You could get, you know, 1,000 subs in less than 20 days if people like what you're doing. Yeah, that's looking good. Hey, I didn't catch it, Fearless, but are you building your own game engine, your own tool for your own engine? How long do you stream every day? I don't stream every day. I try to stream every day. Sometimes I don't get to, but I'll stream between 1 hour and up to 12 hours. It just depends on how much I stream for. So I don't even know how long I've been on today. Let's see here. So far I've been streaming 1 hour and 45 minutes, looks like. So I'll probably stream for another couple hours today before I end it. Actually, I'll be streaming for about the next hour because I got to cook dinner tonight. Grilling some steaks. It's a train mesh landscape tool. Okay, I love it. Where are you going with it? It's looking great. And you vibe coded the whole thing so far, which is impressive. Yeah, this multi-threading refactoring I'm doing, I'm making my ADE where it handles multi-threading, especially with the terminals, so it loads faster and it's much smoother. So, and plus I'm changing a lot of the UI. Hey Renee, thank you so much for stopping by. I hope I earned your sub, and you know, catch me next time I'm on. Thanks for hanging out. Let's see, where am I at now? 506 subs, that's amazing. Can't believe I hit that mark. It's a huge milestone for me. So freaking awesome. It's all because of you guys. You guys are amazing. All right, come on, let's finish this up. What are we doing right now? You got logged out randomly mid-work? Oh, that sucks. Are you using Plyrium Forge to build it, or are you using like a desktop environment? What are you using? What tool to vibe code? So done. Okay, let's run a smoke test here. Go ahead and launch it, the preview. I want to see what it looks like. Awesome. I wasn't sure. I'm sorry it kicked you out, logged you out there. That's a bug. I don't want it to log you guys out like that. It shouldn't be doing that. I don't know what version you're running, but I know it still does that even to me. But what's great is it'll pick up where it last left off. It has a whole memory system where it'll know exactly what it's been working on, what it's been doing. So that's what's neat about it. So even if your computer crashes or shuts down, you reopen it back up, it'll pick up where it left off at, which is really cool. And that way you don't have to start over or it's getting sidetracked or anything. And you can even switch your models if you don't want to use codecs for certain things. You want to use Claude or vice versa. How many other tools let you use 6 GPT-5.5 models without burning out? Yeah, that's true. Have you noticed the token efficiency savings on it though? Do you feel like it's really, like, can you feel the impact? That's the question. Because that's always been my true focus when it came to my ADE. I wanted to make sure that it is, people can really feel the impact using the tool. Oh, that loads so much faster. Oh, that's so nice. Is there a way to run Forge without the director? No. I mean, you don't have to use the director. You can come in and you can close the director out like this. And then you could manage each terminal by itself if you want to do that. Like I could tell coder 1, do this. I could tell coder 2, do that. But they have tools and their skills are all based around knowing that they have a director. So when they finish a job, they will let the director know when that job's done. So in a way, it's not really designed to run without the director. It's built around it where you have the director managing the team. That was one of the main differences with my tool versus other ones out there. Thank you, Fearless. Yeah, I think so. I feel the impact. I really do. Well, if you, if you put it in this, okay, think of it this way. You are the CEO, right? And then you own the company. You are the main, is your goals, your vision, your ideas. And you're just telling the director what you want done. The director manages, they direct the team. They manage the team and make sure that the workflow's gonna meet your goals, what your vision is. So you're better than a director. 12% weekly usage to date, nice. That's not too bad at all. And it resets in what, 3 days or something like that? But once I really get into more maintenance and future deployments, it feels extra. Okay. Let me think about how I can make it, we can run it without the director, where people can use one or the other. I might have to have a separate type of terminal with their own set of tools and rules for that. That's a huge overhaul for that. So it's not something I can do this week at all, but it's something, let me think about how I want to do that. And that may be something I'm going to implement for you. Because you're right, not everyone wants to use the director, because your director doesn't do any coding or anything. He maintains and manages awareness of what's happening with your project, and he delegates the task to the team. So that's what the director does. Yeah, exactly. No, and honestly, I've took a lot of people's opinions and implemented it into the tool here. I really appreciate everyone's feedback and how they use the tool. It is very important for me to build this in a way that it's going to be comfortable for you to use. Technically, you guys are the ones who are shaping this, not me. So, you know, I threw my ideas out there, but my workflow, it may not be the same as your workflow. And I want to be able to, I can't make everyone happy, but I want to make a lot of people happy if I can. Yeah, and some people are like that. They just like to tell each terminal what to do on each one. You could definitely, we can see about doing that. Like ultra code, okay. What's the difference with BridgeMine? There's a huge difference with BridgeMine. One thing, you can even ask some of the viewers here who are using the tool right now, I have token efficiency built into it, and it works really well. So you can run multiple agents at the same time, and it'll reduce your token usage. That's one thing. The other thing that I have, like for example, I have this game bridge here that'll bridge your Plyrium Forge to Unity or Unreal Engine. So you can actually use this tool to do game developing. I don't think BridgeMine has this. Like if you wanted to do blueprints and create blueprints in Unreal, it'll do that for you. Let's see, there's quite a bit of different things that it does. It's not the same tool. It really isn't. It's the same concept. Like they both are ADEs. Mine's an agentic development environment, so is his. But he's been around much longer. His is a lot more mature than mine. And his tool is great. And some people will prefer his over mine, and some people prefer mine over his. It just depends on what you want to do. And there's a lot of them out there, a lot of free ones out there. Even before BridgeMine started making his, there's hundreds of them out there. So it just depends on which one you want to use. So Fearless, the way the game bridge works is, let me pull this up here. I thought you knew about this. Yeah, this is one of my additions that I had to this. So it can actually connect to your project. In fact, I have a project here, my Forge.Plyrium demo, and it'll actually connect to your project, like let's just say Unreal. So if I go to Advanced here, it'll actually create a remote plugin for it. and it'll put it into Unreal. Let me pull it up here. Let's do Unity. I'll show you how it works here. Yep, it's I don't know if it's cheaper or not. I don't know what he's charging for his, but yeah, it's a different concept. But his is really good too. Don't get me wrong. He is very passionate about his tool, and I actually tell my viewers, go check out his tool as well. Let's see. I don't use this too often, so I'm trying to figure out what I need to do here. Projects. Yeah, let's open this up. You want to build something for me and I sell it? I tell you what, why don't you build it, and then I will expose it on my stream, and that way you get 100% of the proceeds and stuff if you're selling something. If people are interested in it, I'll definitely share it on here and show it off. All right, so this is a blank starter. I didn't do anything with this one yet. So let me go ahead and install the adapter. We are going to connect here. Waiting for let's see if the Plyrium Forge is going to be in here. I forgot where it's going to be. Give me a second here. It's the first time I'm doing it with Unity. I did it with Unreal the other day. Yeah, so that's installed. Review. Oh, hang on here. I know what I'm doing wrong. Give me a second. I have to switch my projects here. And I need to find out where this one's at. Give me 1 second. So where does Unity have their assets? Yeah, here we go. This is what I wanted. Perfect. Okay. So let me come in here, and we're going to add a new project here. This is for Unity. There's the game bridge. We are going to, so right here it says Unity, it automatically detected it. Make sure it's installed. Yep, now it's installed. I don't have a team here yet, so let's go ahead and build a team. Let me close out this one. Let's be transparent. I don't worry about token usage. I get more subscriptions when necessary. I don't try to shave too much. Okay. Yeah, I don't have a team yet, so no director, no terminal. Let me close this out. Start like a fresh project here. And this should be, oh, that's because I need to come in here. Let me stop all, confirm, exit you, yes, go away. And then come in here, new team, template. We want game development. We are going to do Unity. And why did this error inside of here? That shouldn't have happened. Yeah, it's not creating a team inside of my demo here. Why is it not? Let me find out. Let me take a look here. So I'm trying to use the game bridge to connect with Unity, And inside there, I went ahead and selected the project where the Unity project is. I have Unity launched, and I'm trying to create a new team for it, and I'm getting this error. Hang on, give me a second, guys. I don't know what the heck's going on. Oh, it is connected. There it is, Plyrium Forge Unity Editor. So I did see it, did connect it. Okay, now it's connecting. This is what I was waiting for. Yeah, so here, this is my heartbeat. So the bridge status, so there's an error there. So I can send the heartbeat, ping Forge, reconnect. So it'll actually, this is inside of Unity right now. The same thing happens in Unreal. So I'm connecting, it's a bridge between this tool and Plyrium and whatever the game engine is. Yeah, Unity model behavior. You can actually change the type of tool you want. But let me close this out. Let me see what's going on here. Give me a second. Great okay. But the sidecar says that the project root is not registered. Okay. No, that's a bug. Fixing that. These are all my preview builds. These aren't the issues you guys will see right now. These are just issues I'm seeing. So for the MCP plugin, I mean, you can, I guess. I'll have to look into it to see. But mine is actually, what I'm building is an actual, it connects to, it's not an MCP, it's actually an addition to the Unreal Engine itself. It's an actual tool that's built into it. And then Plyrium, it's like it becomes part of it. And MCP is a little bit different when it comes to that. So it's working out with codecs, no issues. Nice. So the cloud is using virtual environments. When I try to access them through proxy, it fell, or all I have to use gateway, the connect to proxy, so I must forward tool calls. Okay. Let me close this out real fast. But now if I come to, oh, even they have built in, check that out. They even have AI. Agree and install Unity AI. Man, AI is coming everywhere. I just now noticed that. That's so funny. So yeah, so if I go to tools here, here's the Plyrium Forge and the game bridge. It's actually built into Unity now, like an add-on. And so yeah, so it uses this MCP here. It's an endpoint, and of course the protocol, but that's for the heartbeat. Let me exit out of that, close this, wait for the next build. But I have, just to let you guys know, I have 30 minutes left before I have to log off. So if you guys have any questions or want to know what I'm building or what's going on, but I have 30 minutes left. You know what? I bet you I broke this doing the multi-threading, because it's a complete refactor. A lot of my code. So and I probably broke the new team build wizard. And that should have been an architectural decision I should have thought about when I first started, is build it in the mindset of multi-threading from the very beginning, and I wouldn't be running into half these issues right now. But I didn't think about it when I first started. So if you know your tool's going to be complex or doing multiple things, definitely build it in the mindset of multi-threading. Especially you, Fearless, who's you're building your train editor. You definitely want something like that in the multi-threading on the GPU side. There's a whole thing about that, and if you don't tell the AI to do that, it may miss that point. But and you have to do vectorization. So GPU vectorization multi-threading. This is something that you should really understand, and your AI is not going to do it for you. You will have to tell the AI to do this for you. And this is so important when it comes to any 3D type modeling or game optimization. So multi-threading, vectorization, and because the way it handles the calculations and the math, but yeah, look into this, read about it. You'd be so much better if you start this now before figuring it out later after your tools like built way in there. So yeah, I didn't think about this till now, but this is something that you really need to understand. You got multi-processing, multi-threading. So you could have multi-processing per thread, and then you could do multi-threading if you want. It's a little bit different, but it's pretty cool. And then, of course, this is vectorization here. And how you clump up your calculations all in one chunk and you send it all at once. So understand it. Epic algorithm poll. Did we fix it? Let's see here. Where's my project? Did it not save? It probably didn't save, did it? Okay, hang on here. Let me open up Unity again. Yeah, so even if you're working with DirectX 12, that's just the libraries used for the 3D rendering on your operating system. But you have to tell it to do the multi-threading and vectorization. If you don't do that, it won't do it. So it's important to make sure you get that done. So it's under users. So if I come in here, I thought I did this. Yeah, here it is. Yeah, okay, so select folder. Okay. Unity connected, okay. And look at this, so this is my Unreal one, so down here it says Unreal connected, Unity connected. So the game bridge does work. So let me open up my Unity project here. And I'll show you what you guys can do with this. So if you're a game developer and you're using one of these engines and you want to use my ADE here to help you develop your game engine here. So there we go, okay. So let me build the team now. Let's make sure this is gonna work. So game development, we're gonna do platform production. We are in Unity here, hit next, launch, you better work, you SOB, there you go. All right. Do you trust this folder? Yes, 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 it does automatically, yes, that's what I'm talking about. And let's go ahead and apply this layout. Bring this down. I shouldn't have picked Claw, but that's okay. For marketing perspectives, do you have any plans to do any sort of affiliate program? You are the second person who asked that, and yes, I'm going to. There is definitely plans that I thought about. Well, you guys thought about for me today that I am going to look into so I can do some affiliate programs for or affiliating for you guys. So I'll definitely have some way to. I'll have like an affiliate program for you. let me think about how I want to do that, and I'll definitely share that information with you guys. Okay, so I have a project here. I have the Game Bridge set up. Do you see my Unity folder? Is the Game Bridge connected to Unity? I can see it in the plugin there, and it looks like it's connected. I want to make sure everything's good, because the first thing I want you to build is a UI, a main menu with start and options in it and exit. Just a simple UI. That's the only thing I want you to create, but I want you to create it from scratch. So let's see what this thing can do. It should be able to create that UI. And Unity don't have, like Unreal, they use something called blueprints. Unity, most of it is C Sharp, which I have specialty coders here that are designed for the C Sharp for Unity. I don't like how that looks. See, I'm also redoing my UI a little bit here, and that looks awful. Let me close that though. So this is my Unity game team up here. Do they have blueprints too? I didn't know that. Okay. Yeah, I don't know too much about Unity or Unreal, but I am learning as I'm developing this. Like I built a bridge connector here to link it. It says ready to connect, so the adapter is connected. I don't know why it's not showing it's connected there. So connect Unity, yeah, it already is. There's a manifest written. So there it is, disconnected. Now the adapter here, of course, if I come here and send the heartbeat, reconnect. I don't know, see, it's not connecting through here. Maybe I have to build the, can I ping it? Nope. Submit proposal, capture Unity snapshot. Yeah, it's showing it's not connected through there, but it should be. But if it's broken, they'll fix it. So how do I open up the blueprints for Unity? Where would I see that at? Hey, they have AI now. Look at this. Isn't that cool? But Unity blueprints, scripts, UI canvas, visual scripting. Is this? I bet you this is it. Is it the visual scripting? So if I create a new visual script, create scripting, I may be doing this wrong. Visual scripting, here we go, state graph, script graph. Okay, I don't know what the difference is. Let's do a state graph. All right, let's open that up. I'm kind of curious what this looks like. They call it something else, so okay. Your Unity preference is set to reload scripts. Oh, I don't want to break anything yet. Give me a second here. I'll play with that in just a minute. Oh, I just hit close and it just does it anyways. So this is their scripting thing here. So I can come here and create a script, and then let's just do create any state, and then I should be able to connect these with nodes. I don't know how to do this. Yep, I have no idea. I'll have to learn how to do that. Okay. So where are we at here? So Forge, proposal, contract native, I author the menu, dry run, yeah, do it, go for it. So Fearless, I want to say they both suck. because I don't know how to use any of them. No, they both are good. They really are. I was playing with Unreal first, and while I was testing this out, and some of the things in there is just so dumb. I got so mad at it. Well, I'll pull up Unity or Unreal. I'll show you here. So I'm going to show you some of the things that I find. Well, why is that showing up? That I find very annoying about it. Is it under Epic Games? Yeah, here we go. Let me launch this. That made me want to kick and scream trying to figure this out. And honestly, it is a user error, not the tool itself. But they could have made it a little bit more intuitive, and I'll show you what I mean here. I'm also going to support Godit and GameMaker as well. But I want to make sure the tool works good for Unreal and the big dogs, right? Let me show you this stupid thing here. I got so mad at it. Where's my dang projects? Where's my projects? My projects, here we go. Yes, open my project. What's up, Reuben? Oh, open over there. Okay. So here's the first thing that I built. And I actually built my menu here. Let me go and hit play. Let's see if it saved it here. No, it didn't save it. I must not have saved it. But where's my blueprints at? Is this it? Yeah. Open level blueprint. I probably didn't save it. Oh, dang it. But I created a menu. And this actually has the tools. Plyrium Forge. So this also has the Plyrium Forge built into it as well. One of the things is I was trying to get my tool working, but I had to run some scripts and stuff to understand what it was doing before. It's all automated now. But I was trying to run some scripts and stuff, and it's like, oh, just put it in the command here. So switch this to Python and run it here. So I did that, right? So let's just say I'm going to type version here. So I did that. I'm like, well, where's the output? This is stupid. Like, what am I supposed to do with this? I'm running a command, but there's no freaking output. It doesn't tell me what's happening. You have to come over here and click this to get the output. There it is. So there, when I type version, and there's the output right there. So in here, I can change it through here. What is the point of this? Let's get rid of this. Right here, this should just say your command prompt or your output. This is dumb. I was doing everything in here and I didn't understand what that was going on. That was one thing. And then another thing was, I'm like, okay, well, I'm going to figure out where the actual project is installed on my file system, right? Where is it actually installed at? So I'm looking around and I'm looking at, okay, my content drawer. Okay, here we go. I'm going to go here and I'm going to right click and show a new content browser. Okay, no, I don't want, that's not what I want. I want, what I'm trying to do is open up my Explorer here, like this. But there's no way for me to do that through here. Like here's the UI. Oh, it did save the UI. What the heck? I didn't load that first. Yeah, so here's the UI that it built for the demo. Oh, that's cool. But anyways, I was trying to figure out how to open up the project folder. There's no way to do that through here. That made me mad. Yeah, so there's some things that are just dumb that I didn't like. And then Unity, of course, there's a lot of dumb things in here I don't like either. But that's just, like I said, it's me, not the tool. It was just not intuitive for me. Yeah, I'm sure, yeah, it does. It has its own file system, but I want to be able to see where the project folder's at. Like when I go to Unity here, you know, I can right click on here and click on, I just did it too. Oh yeah, show and Explorer. There's my project folder, everything in here. It was so easy to do that. Is it done? Are you done? Are you done? Is the menu done? Can I run it? Can I run it? Let's see here. Can I hit play? See what it looks like. if you go into file, you can open project directory. Let me see here. I don't believe you. I don't believe you, Fearless. Test that theory. Where's my menu? I don't see a menu. Probably didn't do it though. No, to be blunt, the menu does not exist yet. Well, that was your task. Create a simple menu in Unity. I'm testing the bridge. I'm making sure that you have access to it. You can use the bridge to make those connections to be able to create what I need. And right now this is a dry run. I'm testing it. And if you can't do something simple as a menu, then we have something's broken. So when I ask you to create a menu that says start game, options, and exit, just a simple menu, it doesn't have to do anything. I just want a simple menu. You should be able to do that. I have to argue with Claude sometimes. Claude makes me mad too. I have anger issues. Okay, so if I go to File, and then if you go into File, you can open Project Directory. Open Assets, Open Level. You say open Project. So is this what we're talking about? Nope, that's not it. File, Open Assets. Nope, that's not it either. It's probably right in front of me, and I'm not seeing it. Open Level. Nope, that's not it. No, it's not new. Open project. You would think this would be it. You know what though? It gave me the project location. That's all I was looking for. Yeah, this is exactly what I was looking for. So that works. Can I copy it though? So now if I open this up and then put that in there, and there it is. Yeah, okay. Yeah, that works. Memory pressure warning. Your system is running low in memory. No kidding. I have 2 game engines running. Let's see what my memory looks like here. Oh my goodness. I have 0.6 gigabytes left of RAM before it crashes on me. Let me close one of them. Oh man. See what it looks like now. Saved a little bit, but man, what between Unity and that, let's get rid of this, and then let's get rid of this. Now I remember when 32 gigs used to be so good. Can't do anything anymore. 32 gigs is nothing. All right, we good? We connected? What are we doing here? Wait a minute, why? I hope you're not doing anything. I wanted your team to do this. Oh, definitely. Yeah, I need to upgrade that memory on here. Yeah, 32 gigs is just not enough anymore. And you know what's funny? I wonder what the bare minimum requirements is to run Windows anymore. It used to be 4 gigabytes, but it's probably way more than that now. It's got to be at least 16. Your PC does the same thing? That's funny. Yeah, it's crazy. And you know, I'll be honest with you, I had Linux before. I actually uninstalled Windows and put Linux completely on this, and I was running that for the longest time, and it was great. And I did not run into these memory issues. In fact, Linux, they have it's called a swap partition. And you can use that as a shared memory or a memory failover. And that's based on your hard drive. And since I have an SSD, it's no different than RAM. And I increased that to 32 gigabytes also. So I was able to run a lot more applications on my Linux than I can on my Windows. I mean, a whole bunch more. Okay, Linux Mint. I love Mint. Mint's a good distribution there. Yeah, just to run Windows alone, I need 64 gigabytes. Oh, you made empty asset scripts UI folder. Is that what you've been doing this entire time? Is that all you did? You lazy SOB. Let's see what it did here. Menu assets UI. So here's my assets. Do I have to reload this? Refresh. Did that not do it? Well, where is it? Where is it? Is it me, or did Unity add a whole bunch of extra crap in here? Because I don't remember it having half the stuff in here. I thought it was just like a blank slate with a couple things in here like assets. But what is all this extra stuff they put in here? Like packages, AI navigation. What is this? I didn't add any of these. Mathematics, JetBeans, UGUI. What is this stuff? Time to fire him? Yeah, no kidding. I've done that before. I've actually fired my director. It's like, you suck. Your team is intact, 6 workers all idle, and I'm their director. Well, good. I'm glad you learned something. You know, if this is Codex wouldn't have this problem. I'm just being biased right now. I've been angry with Claude lately. Come on, put you guys to work. You love your director? Yeah, I have a love-hate relationship with my director sometimes. Sometimes he just like, I don't know. It's like he has a mind of its own sometimes. There he goes. Now he's starting to do something with the team. I was hoping to get this menu built for you guys to show you the tool interface before I had to go. And I have to go here in about 9 minutes. That sucks. I'm sorry, guys. It's a bummer. I'll try getting back on tonight, though, later on tonight. Depends on how I feel and if I have some free time. So you're working. You know, I just love this whole UI interaction. It's so much smoother now and so fast. Like, here's their memory. You know, it just, I don't know. Oh, no. No. This was the old memory. Why is it pulling up old stuff? We got to revert back. Session, API, yeah, the database, okay. Of course, this memory is, because it's a new project, it doesn't have a very big memory. In fact, there's the first thing it did, proposal, main menu. So there's the first memory it had written right there. This is it. Namespace game UI. So, unlike my Plyrium Forge here, which has a huge memory. Let me go there, go to memory. Yeah, this thing has a huge memory. In fact, it's so big, I had to break it down, oops, to these different nodes here. So, like, it's big. Like, if I go to files here, look at it. This is all the memories for it. It just go forever. Look at this. That's a memory for Plyrium Forge. It's just huge. Let's go back here. My other project. See, that's what's neat about this ADE too. You can work on multiple projects at once, at the same time. When I come in here, I don't have a team right now for that. I went ahead and closed it down because, you know, I have RAM issues apparently. Yeah, here's this was the game engine plugin team, and this is the Unity game team. But yeah, I'll run out of RAM if I add any more. Oh, that sucks, Fearless. Yeah, that would have pissed me off. So I see the summary there. It looks like your team is now idle. Oh, you know what? This one's asking a question. Now, why are you asking a question? Research spec only. Override my role this once. What? What is going on here? Hey. Why? Did you send the researcher something you weren't supposed to? No? Because you're supposed to be a game dev. Yeah, no, never mind. Why does it think it's a researcher? God, I got a lot of work I need to do with this. All right, no, you. Oh, because you're trying to make it do research work. Oh, no, just, yeah, it's fine. Override it. I understand now. That makes sense. Well, this isn't going to get done. I was hoping this would get done before I had to go. And it doesn't look like it's going to get done. So, I apologize. Next time, I hope I can show it off. And it'll be a lot better. But right now, I am going to log off. It's close to 5 for me, and I have to cook dinner. So I will see you guys either later on tonight or tomorrow if I get on. I should. Appreciate all of you guys. I mean, honestly, I reached my first milestone, 500 subs. It's all thanks to all of you. It really is. I wouldn't have been here without you guys. If you guys want to join my Discord, you can. You know, that's a great way to reach me. If you are interested in what I'm building here, it is forge.plyrium.com. If you want the ADE or the Echo, the speech to text, that's what I'm running here. This is where you get it at. So, thank you guys again. You all have a wonderful evening. Or morning, apparently to some of you. Wow, 2 a.m. Woo, that's late, early, I guess. Hey, Kenneth, thank you. Code, thank you. Fearless, thank you. Everyone else, you know, appreciate everybody. You all have a wonderful day. I'll talk to you all later.